I assume we'll both be watching tonight's second Republican debate, and I'd like to offer some thoughts about how to watch it and what to look for. The media covers these things in a ridiculous way to assess who won and who lost, who got the bump and who didn't. 4.5 months before the first caucus or the first primary meets is ridiculous. The important thing about these debates is not so much what impression each candidate made, or who won the debate or lost it, or who made a good impression or who didn't. The important thing is the fundamental issue positioning of the candidates and the turf they're staking out in these debates for use down the road. These are really the opportunities for candidates to stake out positions and positioning, which then they use as the campaign unfolds to be able to win the election. So, for example, in the last debate, the first debate, everybody said that Rubio did great. And he did. He was fine. He was put on a nice appearance. But he really didn't stake out any ground. He just was the routine, straight, run-of-the-mill, hard conservative candidate, articulating those positions very well and taking them forcefully. But what Cruz did, Ted Cruz, was that he carefully delineated his position on an issue like immigration from Rubio's and from Bush's and from Walker's, where those three have supported amnesty in the past, whereas he has always opposed it. That's the kind of issue positioning that really needs to dominate debates and is terribly important. The main task of this debate, obviously, is for some candidates to show themselves from underneath the shadow of that huge tree marked Donald Trump. Very hard for flowers to grow when he's absorbing all the sunlight and all the oxygen. Now, Ben Carson kind of has an idea as to how to do that. He's basically sort of playing off Trump. Trump is the bombastic, strong exponent of a conservative point of view, and he is the quiet, dignified, reserved, even scholarly approach to it. And it's kind of interesting. He's the Trump that doesn't insult people. He's the Trump that may not be as entertaining as Donald, but gets at the same points. And the contrast between the two of them is important, and it's one that ultimately, I think, benefits Carson. Bush has a huge problem in these debates because he should tower over the stage. He's the one with all the money. He's the one with the name recognition. He's the one who's the brother of one president and the son of another. And yet he seems dwarfed on this stage. He seems tiny compared to Trump and basically co-equal with all of the other candidates, even though he should be rising above them. And I think that lack of stature gives him almost a kind of squeaky quality, which really doesn't do him justice or do him very well in the course of this debate. I think one of the major stars to emerge from this debate will probably be Carly Fiorina, who is now for the first time appearing on a major national stage. She was relegated to second tier in the previous debate because of her poll standings. And Fiorina basically is making a very important point, which is I'm the one who can take on Hillary because she's a woman and I'm a woman and we both appeal to the same constituency. And that's a very important argument, and I think she's going to be very articulate. I kind of see this field as having three stars, Trump, Carson, and Fiorina. And I think they're all moving up. They're having their moment or month in the sun, and then another, and then another. And underneath there's the basic politician field of Bush against Kasich and Christie for the center period, and on the right, Cruz against Walker and Rubio and Huckabee for the conservative nomination. And I think eventually the winner of those two will face each other in the final, after the stars have had their moments moving up and then, I think, inevitably moving down. During the debate, I'm going to be tweeting comments, usually every 30 or 40 seconds as the debate unfolds, my comments about what each candidate just did. You could follow those most easily on dickmorris.com. The tweets will all be posted there as I make them. Or you could go to twitter.com and go to Dick Morris Tweet, singular. Or at the end of this video, there's a link, you could click on it, and that'll go directly to my Twitter page. By the way, I'm tweeting quite a bit these days, 3 or 4 times a day, as new information comes about the campaign. So follow me on Twitter, tune in and have a look at it. Thanks for watching.